Hello guys, in this video we are going to see about SCP, that is single cell protein. So I have organized it in a very good way and so that it's easy for you to study for examinations as well as to make notes. So let's get started. The first thing is an introduction. Okay, so first we'll understand what is SCP. SCP means a dried biomass of selected microorganism used as protein rich foods. Let's understand this definition very clearly. The first one is dried. Okay, it means that we are going to use something like a powdered form of that, or it's a capsule form which is not like watery, which doesn't have any aqueous thing and all. It's a dried one, and it's a biomass of selected microorganism. What is biomass? It's something like a organic weight. Okay, bio means life and mass means something related to weight. So it's an organic weight of a selected microorganism. So note this point that we are using microorganism as our SCP, and it is used for protein rich food sources. So our SCP gives us protein rich. So what I can say that the advantage of SCP is that it gives us the protein rich. So if any person in India is facing or any country is facing any nutritious deficiency, then they can go for this SCP for their protein resources. So this include algae, fungi, bacteria, and all rich in proteins, vitamins, minerals, and free from toxins. As we all know that bacteria has endotoxin as well as fungi also has some kind of toxins here. So this SCP doesn't contain any of the toxin and it's free from toxins, because when we consume the toxin we will be injured or we will get some issue, right? So for that they don't have any toxins in them. So what we do is that we produce SCP in such a way that it doesn't have any toxins or it doesn't have any harmful effects. So we produce in a very well mannered way and in a very structured process there. About the production of SCP we'll be seeing in the next video, in upcoming video, about the Spirulina production and Chlorella production as well as Chlorella production. So they will be understanding about production clearly. So for now, just have a very brief introduction of that. So here what we are doing is that we consume SCP as supplements in our human diets and animal feed. So you must have seen like cows and any goats and all. We used to feed them with some of the grasses and everything. They have the food, the cattle food is there. So in that cattle food, what they do, the farmers or any person, they used to add SCP in that, so that the cow which is giving milk to us, or the goat, it has good protein resources and it also gets good nutrition what it needs. So let's see something about the history of SCP and how it started. So during the World War One, during World War One in Germany, the soldier was facing very I can say a kind of nutrition deficiency were there, the soldiers, because they can't cook at the time of war, right? They can't cook chicken and mutton and all that at the time. So what they did is that they made a very clever move, that they used Saccharomyces cerevisiae, this yeast. Okay, I hope you all know this is an yeast. Okay, they use this as a food source for protein. Okay, because they had a very huge protein shortage. So to compensate that or to supplement them, they use this Saccharomyces cerevisiae as SCP. They treated it, they produced it and used as a SCP, and it was produced in a mass, like a very huge amount, so that it meets everybody's requirements. And then in the World War II, similarly in the World War II, they used another kind of fungi or yeast, I can say, that is Candida utilis. Okay, you know Candida utilis, I hope. So it was used as a SCP and it was widely consumed. So till now we saw in the history that in World War I they were using Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and the World War II they will be using Candida utilis. So these are the main SCP which was used in the ancient, or can say historical time. So let's see a little bit detail in that. So after the war, when the war ended, many scientists were very curious about it and they started exploring about other microorganisms and checking whether they are nutritionally safe for us and they are very good for digestibility. Just think that if you're eating something, okay, you're eating something and you can't digest it, means what happens to your body? It has a lot of side effects, right? So it should be easily digestible. Whatever we make, it should be easily digestible, so that we get a proper nutrition from that food. That's our ultimate aim. Okay, we should get that. And this SCP has emerged as a sustainable alternative to conventional protein sources. So what is sustainable alternative? Sustainable means what? We need to make something in the present which will not harm the future. or any other upcoming generation. So this SCP isn't harming our environment. It is something like eco-friendly thing. Okay, we don't harm any tree, or we don't harm any animals directly. We are just using microorganism as our SCP. So it is an alternative to conventional protein sources. Conventional protein sources means what? The conventionally we are using some kind of animal and plant sources as protein. We are not using them, or we are not killing them or cutting them and all. So we are using SCP, that is from the microorganism, which is an eco-friendly, you can say it's from microbes, and it's an eco-friendly alternative, and it's a very good sustainable alternative too. So let's see, why do we use this SCP? What is the advantage of SCP? Because without any advantage, we don't use anything, right? So let's see that advantage of SCP clearly. The first point is rapid microbial growth. So if you take the example of E. coli, okay. For example, if you take the example of E. coli, E. coli has a multiplication time of 20 minutes, just 20 minutes. Then think of human beings, like we used to have a huge time to reproduce a kid or everything, or example of elephant or any dog. They at least take some kind of months and something, right? But these microorganisms, they just multiply within 0.5 to 6 hours depending on the species. Okay, so doubling time for them is very quick, that we can easily manipulate, we can easily grow it. So that is a rapid growth, and we can easily grow. This is the first point, we can easily grow it, and this makes it very unique from other organisms. Okay, second thing is that it requires minimal land. Okay, for us, we say like we need a home, we need to live in this place, or for a cow to be grown, we should have a proper farming place, like a poultry and all those things we need. But for this microorganism, they are like, I can live in any place. You give me something, like you could give me a dirty place or anything, I can live in any place. I don't mind, or I don't think of the place at all. So they can grow in a minimal land or minimal space. Okay, that which is like suitable for tanks and bioreactors. So in the upcoming videos, we'll be talking about the photobioreactors. Okay, which is used as a production method. The photobioreactor is used for Spirulina production, Chlorella production, and Chlorella productions. So further will be taking, and also tanks are there, like oxidation pond method is there, and open circulating tanks will be there. So all those things we'll be seeing detailing in the production video. So next thing is that it can be grown on low cost material. So you'll be surprised that for growing this SCP, we don't need any high quality or any something like a huge or a costly items as a raw material. If I say we can use treated human excreta for this case itself. The waste which we release can be treated and can be used as a raw material for our SCP. So just think, then it's a very cheap, right? It's very cheap raw material. For other things to produce, we use a lot of we involve a lot of inoculum, we spend a lot of things there. But for this SCP, just our human excreta is enough. Or else we can also say that here I think you have learned in your 12th class about sewage treatment. Here we can also use the treated sewage water as an SCP, and we also have economic media which can be used here, like something like xerox media. We'll be seeing that later in the next videos. So we can use that. So it can be grown in a low cost material, including industrial and organic waste. We can use industrial waste or else organic waste like human excreta. Next thing is that production is climate independent and can run continuously. So it's not like it's too hot, I can't grow. The microbe is not like it's too hot, it's too cold. No, it can grow at any place, okay, at any climate. It can grow in any climate and irrespective of anything. Like it can be too hot, it can be too cold, or it can be a moderate temperature. It doesn't matter, it doesn't care of anything. It's like I am independent, I can do anything I want, I am not cared about anyone. So this SCP is something, organisms or like something which is like independent of climate and everything. And very important point, they are easily digestible proteins. Okay, without digestibility, we can't take any nutrients from them, right? So we have a very good easy digestibility from them, and they also have vitamins and minerals also, and it also fulfills the amino acid profile. So for every humans, we have a particular amount of quantity of amino acid or protein. So we have like for a human being, we need to take at least 20 gram of protein per day. Okay, this 20 gram of not 20 gram of protein, the 20 gram of SCP, Okay, 20 gram of SCP or any spirulina, for example, for instance, I can take spirulina. So this 20 gram of spirulina can be taken by the human being to meet their daily requirements of the protein. Okay, whatever requirement is there based on the child, whether it's a child or else a pregnant woman or else any patient, any protein deficient patient. So they should take this spirulina and it will fulfill their daily requirements. Okay. If you see this image, like here, we can see, for example, spirulina will be in green in color, but here I took it from an AI, so this image is something like this. The powder will be like this. We can also have capsule of spirulina, everything. We can see that in market. If you Google it, you will get an idea about that. So here you can see that this has a very good amino acid profile. So what is amino acid? We all know that protein is made up of amino acid, right or not? So the building block of protein is nothing but amino acid. So this amino acid is very important for our protein needs, and we get this amino acid from the SCP, and it fulfills all the requirements. So amino acid profiles can be enhanced for better nutrition. Next point is that when these microorganisms grow, they also release some additional thing, that is additional byproducts. We call them as byproducts in our biological terms. So this metabolic byproducts can also be very useful, and they're also very good for our health and all. Like they can also release some vitamins, minerals, everything and all. And then next thing is that this cultivation is possible in any geographical area. As I said, they are independent. They don't depend on anything. So they are independent and they can live in any place. They can grow in any place and any geographical areas. Okay. So they can grow in North, they can grow in Canada, they can grow in California, any place. Okay. They don't depend on anything. They are like very independent, super independent members. And next, let's see the types and examples of SCP, and with that we will be winding up the session. The first thing about algae. Okay, we will be seeing algae as SCP, very important. We have Spirulina, Chlorella, Cinedesmus, Dunella. Okay. Next, we also have fungi, as we already saw two examples earlier in the World War 1 and 2. That is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, Candida is there, Aspergillus is there, and Trichoderma rhodotorida. Next, about bacteria, we have Archomobacter, Bacillus, Methylomonas, Cellulomonas, and Hydrogenomonas. Everything is here. So with that, we just cover SCP introduction part. So in this video, we saw about the introduction, why we use SCP and what are the needs. So as I want to say in something in short and crisp means, like first we'll write, like it's an introduction video. In next video, we'll be seeing detailing about SCP, like algal SCP. We'll be seeing about algal SCP and about Dunella, Chlorella, and about fungi SCP, bacteria SCP. So detailing will be going every SCP will be covered in my channel, and you can see that in the playlists. And if you have any doubt, you can just come in and ask me. So let's have a very quick revision about our session today. So what we saw is that SCP means a dried biomass of certain microorganism. It can be used as supplements. They can have algae, fungi, bacteria, everything. And the history we saw about Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Candida utilitis. Then we also saw what are the advantages of SCP, like rapid microbial growth, requires minimal land, can be grown on low cost raw materials, and production is climate independent as well as geographical area independent, and it's easily digestible. It has very good amino acid profile, which is very helpful for our nutrition system, and we also have many additional benefits from this SCP. So with that, we cover and complete this session, and I hope this was useful for you. And if you felt useful, or if you loved anything here in this session, or if you liked my teaching way, do let me know so that it will keep me motivated to upload more videos in my channel. So thank you all for watching till now, and stay tuned for the next videos. Thank you so much.